go. Okay, howdy folks, welcome back. So, here we are at April 3rd of 2022, and here on this side you can see we've had a full halo CME, and it is Earth directed. We'll go to a stereo A, and um, we'll see the angle from there. So this is another CME that is Earth directed right now, and in here it looks like there's a couple objects, and we'll let it play one time, and then we'll start going through this frame by frame. Boom, that's a big CME coming our way. So here at the very beginning, we'll pause it here. So as this starts to unfold here, you'll see what looks like another object right here in this area, and you can see right here our instruments reacting to it. Here, I'll even blow it up for you so you guys can see a little better. So I'm talking about this object right here. Here's the instrument reacting to a little bow shock on the front, a little bit of trailing debris on the back side there. Okay. Maybe a little darker for you there. Okay. So now we'll pull back, and as that thing continues on out, nice round shape right here. You can see it. Little shadow on the back side or whatever as it's taking debris out with it as it goes. Then, whoops, let me scoot back up here again. And we'll proceed through this. Something small up here. But then, boom, here comes our big CME. Here comes the halo coming out. Here's our instrument reacting to something over in this side. There appears to be something here in the middle, and possibly something up here at the top. So let's get it to right there, and I'll drag it over and zoom in for you guys. Okay, there appears to be another round object right here on the leading edge of this CME. There's another one right here, and you can see the curvature right here, the bow shock on the front, little trailing, it's picking up these trailing arms coming off of it. And when we go to stereo A, you'll see this object a lot clearer. And it appears we have another one down here. This one's moving out really slow. It starts off before this whole CME, and this thing is already gone and by, and that's only halfway out. So we'll back out of this again and continue through it. See, there's something right in here, there's something right in there, and then there's something here too. Okay, so that was it. Let's back up a little bit as those go back in. That was our big full halo CME heading in our direction. Now we're going to go back and we're going to look at stereo A from the side. And let me blow that up for you there. Drag it on over. Okay, here we are again, April 3rd, 2022. This is stereo A looking at the side, and here's our CME going to the right-hand side, which is Earth is over on this side. So that indicates that our full halo CME is not going off the backside, it's coming this way towards Earth. Then, as you watch that, I just want to let you guys see if you notice anything in there at all. Let me slow it down a little bit. There's not as many frames on this as there is on the other satellite, so. Yeah, see, there's something hiding in there, so we're gonna pause it right there. Let's back up a few frames here. Boom, boom. Because I want you to take a peek over here on the red side too. You can clearly see here's our round little object right here. Okay, and then we'll zoom back out, go over to this side. Here you can see it right in this little zone right here is our little object. Okay, and then as I pull back, we'll progress forward through this. Next one here. Let's go to the next one. Right about there. Okay, because now I want you to be able to see on both sides. You can see that there's a little object, and you can almost make out its spherical um, magnetic shell or whatever's a magnetic field. Here it is on this side, and the instrument's reacting to its magnetic field. So, then let's pull a little bit here and proceed through the rest of this. And then you can see as that object moves out. So let's back it up again. All right, so it is the very moment it starts coming out. You can see our instrument reacting. And here's our next frame. Clearly see a nice round object there, detectable on that one as well. And it almost appears to have some kind of spiral effect, like it might be spinning or something. Let's see if we can zoom in on that spiral effect here. See this darker area twisting around here, and then this darker area twisting around up there. So it appears maybe it might be rotating or spinning or something. And let me get just right here so I can. All right. So as it proceeds out, let's try this a little bit more. Maybe you guys can see a little better there. Try backing it up. So this is the object that was caught in the full halo CME that's heading towards Earth, and it was right in the middle of that CME. From this angle, it's a lot more visible. From the other angle, it's draped in a lot of solar material, so it's hard to see it. Okay. So that was today. Now let's back up and go to yesterday, because yesterday's event was pretty huge. As you can see, I've freeze framed it here with our instrument already reacting to it here. Let's pull that up, blow it up here for you. Okay. And what I want you to look at is the shape of this material coming out and going around, coming down and around. There's something big right in there. Okay. Something else I was going to, I said I was going to point out to you in the next video is an effect that we have here. And it's, yeah, you can see it on this side. Now see how this material comes out in like a tube shape and then opens up and goes around, hits a kink, goes up and goes around like that. Now, I had found a three-dimensional representation that I want to show you guys of this effect right there. And we might have to do a little adjustment here, so bear with me for a second as I bring in some light just for a minute. And maybe I can get this. All right. See, this is a round spheroid. It's a little garden watering thing, but it represents what's going on here. And it's on this side right here, and you can see I'm putting it right over where it should be, and then I move it down, and then you can see our conduit right here and where it bends and drapes around. Now, when this material goes around one of these round objects, imagine if there was a tennis ball inside of this, and this material comes out and flows and goes over it. So this is the three-dimensional representation of what we're seeing right there on the screen, okay? And the way they painted this kind of helps you see the flow of this material. When this material comes out, it flows and goes over, it hits this kink, like right there, flows and goes over something, just like it is right here. Okay, and then I have one other representation I wanted to show you, and it's in this video that I had done before called Wake Up Call, and maybe I should blow it up just a tad bit bigger here. There we go. Now you can see it. Now in this one, the effect is reversed. Here's our big object right here, okay, and here's our tube coming off. Now it's double-sided. If we, I can't zoom in anymore, but if you look on this side right here, there's that effect coming off of the sun, okay, going into this object like this. So here, let me get my light situated again here so we can possibly get the effect. So it's sitting kind of like this. All right, yeah, hang on, kitty, I'll get you in a minute. So here's our object sitting like this, and this represents this little ring right around here is this darker ring right here. It's an impact zone. It's where this stuff hits and spreads out and creates a little circular zone around this little stem type. And then it's also got an hourglass, so it's double-sided. It has that effect coming off the sun, and then the reverse effect going into this object. And I want you to notice how this material bends and goes over the object, just like it's doing to this water planter or this gardener water thing. Okay, so that's a three-dimensional representation of what these objects are doing. So let's back out of that and go back to here. So in this one right here, it's not as defined, but you can see our shape. It's coming out, bending and going around, and coming out, bending and going around. Now, I don't know if this is a big magnetic field or a bigger object, but we do have this conduit effect that I've been trying to point out to you guys, and now we have a three-dimensional representation of what's going on there. And I was tempted to paint this to look like the ring around the damage ring here, so you guys would understand what I was talking about. So there's a three-dimensional representation of what's going on right there on the screen. All right. So this was yesterday's CME, pretty good sized one, and it went off to the side. I think we're back. Oops. I think we're back. Come on. There we go. Yeah, we're back. All right, back, folks. It was something disconnected me on my end, so let me just remount the camera real quick, and we'll get right back to business here. So we were talking about that hourglass effect earlier. Now we're looking at this big explosion here, and once it starts off, we'll pause it right here. Start backing up a little bit, and let's see. Over on this side, you can see we've had this effect again right here. It's happening again on this side over here again. Or that might be the same one. Let's see. But still, you can see this flow of material, and that flow, just like this little sphere right here, will kind of give you an idea of the size, or indicate the size of the whatever magnetic field that this stuff is coming out and draping over and going over and around. So let me just put that back into motion again, and I'll just let you see how big this one was. This is a pretty big explosion here. Yeah. And there was all kinds of little particles that flew off with it, a little proton storm, whatever they call it. So it might be some debris or whatever that's going along with this as well. It gets excited when it gets, charged by the sun like that. So we got lots of activity already, and this is April 2nd. Yesterday we're already at April 3rd, and we've had activity all 3 days, multiple objects at a time. Let's go back to today's real quick, and we'll close out with that one. Here we are, just real quick, one more time on stereo A of today, just so you guys can see that we have a CME that is earth directed. It's pointing this direction, so that's earth facing. And right there's a good one. Right here, you can clearly see our object is right here. It's partially draped in some solar material, but here's the core of this, or the object right here. Let's pan over to this one. Pretty clear on this one too. You can see it right here inside of a bigger bubble. So let's see. I'm going to back out of this a little bit. Let's get the loop going here. Whoops, other direction. And then we'll try to do something like this. If I can get the wavy lines out of the screen. Yeah. Let me slow that down a little bit. Alright. Yeah, you can see the little core of this, and then it's rotating and apparently inside some magnetic field or whatever, but that's Earth directed. The object looks like it's going to go just to the behind Earth, just to the left of Earth or whatever, so it'll be in between stereo A and the SOHO image. So that was today, and then we'll go back and we'll end with this one. And here's our full halo CME that's coming at us. So these usually take about 3 days to hit us. So this being the third, I would expect any kind of effects from this to hit us on the 6th or so, right around there. And we still have ones that are due to hit us and ones that just hit us. So we're in a series of just one after another of these Earth-facing CMEs. And here we go again with another one captured today with what apparently appears to be some other objects that are causing, the CME. There's a little one there. This one's really slow. Look how fast everything else comes out, and this one's only halfway out by the time everything's already done. So yeah, there's a lot going on in there. And then we got this Mercury passing in front right here. I know a lot of people think, oh, what the hell's that? It's just Mercury passing between the camera and the sun right there. But the big news is this big Earth-facing CME that's coming our direction again. So we're in for another round, and just like with the last ones, I would expect to see changes in our weather again, more volcanic activity, more earthquake activity. These things, as they pass by, their gravity might tug on our planet and tug on the water just like the moon does, and cause these tidal retreats and tidal surges and stuff like that. So with what we saw, the bigger display yesterday, and then with this, we have quite a bit coming our direction. So not saying that it's going to knock out our power or anything like that, but hitting these Earth-facing CMEs, and before it was once in a while. Now they're happening every other day now, so it's getting crazy out there, and I'm just trying to keep this stuff and keep bringing it to you as long as they give us this data. And you can kind of see for yourself. There's other things going on in here, like that thing and this going on down here. It's just kind of obvious we have these objects and that they're interfering with our sun. And I also wanted to just bring to you guys too the three-dimensional representation of what we're looking at here, because this is a screen that's two-dimensional. And I'm just going to do one last little representation thing like this, but that's what this material looks like. It's coming out, it's flowing over these objects like that, painting the round object in the center, and then as it comes out, it stretches this material out as it moves out from the sun like this, and it finally snaps. So this material is just kind of like this glass was blown. It's pliable, and it's shaped by gravity and the other forces that make this plasma drape over these objects like this. So I wanted to bring that to you. It's a three-dimensional representation. I'll probably bring this out again later when we have another effect so you can see it a little clearer. But for the meantime, that's it. That's all I got for now. And I just wanted to bring that to you guys. And I miss you all. I love you all. And until my next video, bye.